Hi, Dave Pike here. Welcome to Cforth on this beautiful July 2nd night. We're going to get started with our own Mr. Mark Cforth on the call.
Good evening and welcome to Cforth in Onemarketplace. It's hard to believe that it's been 6 months since we started talking about the beta launch of Onemarketplace. And finally it's here. I mean, it's now. It's been one of the fastest 6 months of my life. It's been a very exciting time. I want to start by just thanking all of you for making this an amazing journey over the last 6 months. Company has been growing, and now, of course, we're talking about Cforth, but it's a combination of Cforth and what we're doing here, of course, at Onemarketplace. But we've been growing at like 20-30% every month, month after month for the last 4 or 5 months. But June, wow, what you guys did is amazing. We actually had our biggest growth month we've ever had since the conception of this company. We grew at over 52% in 1 month. That's amazing. I mean, that's actually a pace you don't want to keep up, but it's just nice to see it happen. So a shout out to everybody for making that happen. As a matter of fact, one of the things we're going to do tonight is recognition. After I do my presentation, Brian's going to come on with Dave, and they're going to talk about all the people that have hit the new ranks, who they are, what they've done, how they've done it. I mean, it's just a fun and exciting time. And so let me begin because I've got a lot to share with you tonight. But it's just, man, what a ride! What a ride! I'm enjoying every moment of it. So let's get into the presentation here. As I've said, it's here. It's time. It is now the official launch of Onemarketplace. Obviously, everybody's been waiting for this day. You've all been working very, very hard as far as ensuring your position in the global pod. And so what happens now is that we're at stage one. Now, I'm going to kind of condense this down tonight, just talk about a couple things, because what's really important for everybody that's on this call tonight is really what happens between now and the 27th, when we actually do the actual placement of everybody into the global pod. And so this is a critical time too, because you can determine an awful lot of the kind of success you're going to have, not just today, but in years and years to come, based on what you do probably over the next 3.5 weeks, because it's going to determine where your pods are going to sit within the global pods. So stage one, obviously, is this guaranteed placement we've been talking about based on your timestamp. So all that happens on the 28th when we shut it down. We're going to look at everybody's timestamp based on, of course, their ranks in Cforth, and then whether they're a founder, 800 club, and then we're going to look at, of course, the people that are either premiers or affiliates, and that is determining factors about where people are going to sit as far as their placement, inside the global pod. So that's all happening right now, and here's kind of the time frames. July 7th is when you're going to receive your email to start claiming your position. Now, you've got all the way up to the 28th to do it. You don't have to do it on the 7th when you get there, the 8th or 9th. I mean, as long as you do it before the 28th, then your position is automatically locked in Onemarketplace based on your timestamp. Now, this is real important to know, though. Like I've said before, if you, for some reason, don't do it by the 28th, you can still come join Onemarketplace anytime you want. But that timestamp that you've been holding, maybe some of you for years, literally years, some of you in the last 3 or 4 months, and a lot of you based on your ranks and stuff. Well, if you don't do this between now and the 28th, there's nothing we can do, because when we turn this thing off on the 28th is when we actually do this mass migration or placement into the global pods. And there's no turning back on that. It's not like we can go back and say, somebody said, well, I forgot, I missed it. I need to get in. Well, you can come in, but you're going to come in on the next available position in the global pod based on after this initial placements are done. So again, make sure, and we're going to be notifying everybody nonstop. You should be doing the same thing, letting everybody know in your groups and organizations that, hey, have you gotten your email? Have you actually claimed your position? So very important time from the 7th to the 28th. Now, in addition to claiming your position, what else is important? Well, obviously the most important thing, which to me is more important than actually your position, is going to be how many pods are you going to have when this thing launches? How many community pods do you want? And what's important about not just now how many, but where they're going to be placed. Because remember, what's more important than even your own position is where all of your community pods start. The closer they are to the center, all it really means is the faster your pods are going to fill. And the truth is that as we get bigger and bigger and grow more and more, it's going to get a little more difficult. It's going to slow down a little bit. It's got to. It should, but maybe it won't. But the point is, it's going to be a lot easier now. So one of the things I've shared with a lot of people is, if you're going to go out and say, for example, you've decided that, you know what, for me, you've all seen what a community pod means and how much money can be earned there. You're going to decide, I want 1, 2, 10, 50, or 100. The point is, whatever that number is that you've decided, and I don't think you'll ever stop, but let's say you picked a number, you say, boy, if I had this many pods, I'm going to be happy. Maybe it's the magic number of 10, right? Well, it's more important to get them now than it is 3 months from now, because remember, over the next 3 months, as people come in on a worldwide basis, they're filling those pods that you've started. And so obviously, the sooner your pods start, the better it is for you. And so I keep talking about this, but if you don't get how this works, I mean, every ring is starting from the very first ring fills, and then the next ring fills, and the next ring fills. And as those rings fill, obviously, if your pods are at the very beginning, what happens? Your pods are filling. And so for a lot of you that have got a lot of them already, and I mean, I've seen people have come in here already, and I know they're starting with probably 50 pods. I mean, 50. I mean, I look at this and go, 2 or 3 pods can give you an unbelievable lifestyle and an unbelievable income. And yet I've got people out there, and you probably know some that have done that already. So if you're going to build your pods, you probably want to do it now. And remember, nothing stops. A lot of people thought, well, June 30th hit, so there's nothing I can do right now. Everything's been determined. No, nothing has been determined except obviously your personal placement, but where your pods sit, that's ongoing. And that's ongoing right now, all the way up to the 28th, and to get them as early as you possibly can. So make sure, okay, however many smart shoppers you're going to bring in, because that starts your pods, you probably want to do it now. And I think everybody kind of gets that, but I just want to make sure, because it's real important to everybody, because there is no looking back. Once this is done on the 28th, it's done. I mean, then everything moves forward from that point. Wonderful. But again, you can determine an awful lot of what your future income is going to look like by what you do now, not a month from now. So again, that's important. Now, the next thing you have to decide in stage 1 is, do I want to be a Smart Shopper Pro? To me, I think it's important to be a Smart Shopper Pro, because it gives you so much additional income. It gives you a position in both companies and all these wonderful benefits. But the reality is, it's probably more important as to how many pods you start, because that's really the key. Now, obviously, if you're out there and you're going to start a lot of pods, you do want to be a Smart Shopper Pro. Why? Because you make more money out of every pod, right? As a Smart Shopper Pro, I mean, what you get is obviously you get 2 companies for the price of 1. All you get Cforth, and you get Onemarketplace. Now, you don't get that as just a Smart Shopper, because if you elect, when you get your email here after the 7th, I just want to be a Smart Shopper, you can do that. It's $14.95 a month. Obviously, you get $30 a month in hotel credits and all the other things we've been talking about. Wonderful. You've got and at that point in time, by the way, on the 7th, let's say you claim your position on the 7th as a Smart Shopper. At that point in time, you can start just building Onemarketplace. You can send out links just strictly to Onemarketplace to bring people into Smart Shoppers to start all your pods. Okay? Now, the only thing is, if those people join as a Smart Shopper, that's fine. They can do that. But if anybody wants, now this is very important. If anybody wants to be a Smart Shopper Pro, that decision also has to be made before the 28th. And the way you become a Smart Shopper Pro is that when you get this invitation, you've got to at least be, if you're already a premier member, which most of you are, if you're already a premier member in Cforth, all you're going to do is elect the Smart Shopper Pro, and you're going to add on the digital wellness pack for additional $39.95. You're a Smart Shopper Pro, right? So now you're in both companies. You're paid income on both companies. You're entitled to the extra benefits of a Smart Shopper Pro, which is additional money on each monthly, on everybody's monthly memberships, Obviously, you get the Pro Performance pools. I mean, there's so many things that you get as Smart Shopper Pro. But if right now you're just an affiliate in Cforth, or if a person even comes in and joins as a smart shopper, say you start signing people up as smart shoppers. Well, again, to be a Smart Shopper Pro, what do you have to do? Well, you have to do it before the 28th. That's number one, because when I say you have to do it before the 28th, it's because on the 28th, there's going to be about a 1 month period where you will not be able to upgrade to Smart Shopper Pro, because we're building these two companies and doing all the work that has to happen from an IT perspective. So actually, Smart Shopper Pro will be blocked for about the entire month of August, that you won't be able to come in and be a Smart Shopper Pro. So if you want it, you got to make that decision between now and the 28th. So here's what happens. You will decide based on when you get your email, I want to be a Smart Shopper Pro. Well, here's what you have to do. Number one, you have to be a premier member in Cforth. So if you're not, let's say you're an affiliate or you're somebody new just joining, you go into Cforth, you become a premier member. The moment you do that, then we'll send you the link to now become the Smart Shopper Pro, because you're in Cforth as a premier. We send you that link. Now you can become a Smart Shopper Pro, and you just do what's required there. Pretty simple, and boom, you're done. Now you've got positions in both companies. If you want to just stay a smart shopper, you can do that as well. But remember, if you decide, 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks, wow, or a month from now, I want to upgrade to Smart Shopper Pro, you're going to have to wait till September to do that. Okay, so it's kind of important to kind of make that decision now if you're going to be a Smart Shopper Pro, to do it between now and the 28th. And again, if you've got any questions, we'll have, you got customer support. We've got all this information coming out to you. But again, it's not difficult, folks. Just decide which one you want. If you're going to be a Smart Shopper Pro, make sure you're a premier member. That's all it gets down. Make sure you're a premier member in Cforth, and then you'll take this link we're sending you and you'll just add on the Smart Shopper Pro. Okay? If you've decided already that, no, I'm just going to be a smart shopper because I'm an affiliate in Cforth and I just want to be a smart shopper, fine. When you get the link, you just fill it out, you're a smart shopper. If you're somebody new coming in and you just want to be a smart shopper, fine. You just go in and you'll get your link from everybody sends it out to you. You just get it from Onemarketplace. You sign up as a smart shopper. But again, if you want the Smart Shopper Pro, you have to do it between now and the 28th. Make sure you're a premier member. Now, what's another reason that you might want to do that also versus just being a smart shopper? Because remember, all Smart Shopper Pros based on timestamp will go in before any smart shoppers. Remember, Smart Shopper Pros go in before smart shoppers. Then it's all based on timestamps as to when you became a Smart Shopper Pro or when you become a smart shopper. But still, anybody that's a pro goes in first. Okay? So I think I've covered that pretty well. I know sometimes it sounds like, what? But it's pretty simple. Again, guys, it's just, if you're really coming here, and I think that's what it gets at. If you're here to do something spectacular with your life, and I mean something that's going to make every dream you've ever thought about fulfilled, and I actually believe we're going to be able to do that Onemarketplace. This is going to be a global company. It's going to grow at a rate that I don't think anybody's ever seen. We're going to be adding not just 1,000 products, but tens of thousands of products, eventually hundreds of thousands of products as we grow this thing. And yes, we're starting off internationally with just our digital products, and we're starting off here domestically with just the products we have in Cforth. But ladies and gentlemen, our plan is to add product after product after product after product in every category you can imagine. And again, it's something we can do, and we're going to do it very rapidly. And that happens in, of course, stage 3 and 4 of this beta launch. We'll start doing that type of thing. But again, if you're making the decision about really what I want to do, then you should be a Smart Shopper Pro, because look at all the benefits you get. You get the 2 companies, 2 memberships with a single subscription, right? You receive commissions in both companies. Now think about this. You're actually, let's say you're just going to build Onemarketplace, right? You're just going to be building Onemarketplace. But probably 50% of all the people you bring in as a smart shopper, I'm talking about now and forever, are going to upgrade to Smart Shopper Pro, because they're going to want the benefits they get by being a Smart Shopper Pro. And when they do, if you're a Smart Shopper Pro, then what happens is you're basically getting a commission built in both companies, because the guy that becomes a Smart Shopper Pro has a monthly subscription that pays you in Cforth. So now you've got this genealogy. Remember, 2 different concepts. In Cforth, you've got this genealogy based on who you brought in and who they brought in and who they brought in. That's a genealogy, right? You got that happening in Cforth that's going to pay you every month, and this commission is going to get bigger and bigger as more and more people take Smart Shopper Pro. But over in Onemarketplace, you don't have a genealogy. You just have the world as it comes in and filling into your pods, paying you a commission. So two entirely different ways of earning money, but both are a winner for you. Both are going to work hand in hand. One's going to drive the other. So it's not like you got to go build Cforth. See, a lot of people think, well, how am I going to build it? You don't. You just build one company, and when people become Smart Shopper Pros, they're building Cforth for you. They're building it, and they're building your commission income. And so when everybody starts, and I think that's what's happened. That's why we get some of the biggest leaders looking at this going, you guys are getting ready to change the industry. Everything's going to change with what we're doing at Onemarketplace because no one's ever seen anything like this. And when this finally all kind of, like I say, when the bell goes off, you get that aha moment. Oh my gosh, look at what I've got here. So again, commissions in both companies. You get additional money as a Smart Shopper Pro, from your community pods. You get the pro performance bonuses you get from being a Smart Shopper Pro, and of course you can shop in both ones. So that's the reasons for being a Smart Shopper Pro. Now, just to wind it all up here, I got two other things I'm going to cover as we get into this recognition. It's now. The time is now. I mean, that's what's exciting. You only get this once in a while, in your lifetime. And everybody that's on this call and everybody that's in this company right now is sitting at the very, very beginning or foundation of something that I believe will be a virally growing company worldwide. And you're going to benefit from this in ways you can't even fathom, particularly in the Onemarketplace side, because as that thing grows virally, it doesn't matter where those people come from. They're going to fill into your community pods, and you are going to be earning money every time they have a membership. You're going to be earning money every time they shop. And with smart dollars, as you've seen with Onemarketplace, what's going to happen? Not a question of people going to be shopping, because everybody's going to have smart dollars and everybody's going to be spending those smart dollars. And when they do, what's that doing for you? It's creating more and more income in each one of your community pods that's being paid to you. So this is, again, something spectacular. Last two things, and then we're going to wrap it up and turn it over to Brian. I just want to cover this because a lot of people say, where are all the products going to come from? Well, right now, yes, we can go out and get them, and we're doing that. And we've got people lined up. And again, it's going to get so easy for us because of the way we're growing this. But for all of you there, this is another source of income for you. And that's our royalty referral agreement. So all you have to do, and again, a lot of you are starting to do that, is send us, and right now it goes to support. You just send it to support. I've got a vendor that's interested, but we're going to set that up differently here in the next week or two. We just got a lot on our plate. We haven't set it up yet where we can send all the vendors. But what happens is if you send a vendor and you say, hey, I've got a vendor that makes fruit juices, or he makes, I don't know, clothing, or he makes makeups, or he makes, I don't know, furniture. Doesn't matter what it is, right? Well, you send a referral and we vet them and we bring them on board. Guess what? You get a 3-year royalty agreement. Now, it's every time that product is sold to anybody in the world, you get a royalty. So think about what that could mean to you when these royalties are going to be anywhere from, 30 cents a unit, because it could be something very small, to something big, to literally dollars per unit being sold every time anybody buys and anywhere in the world. So again, this is a cool thing for everybody. Everybody can take advantage of it. You'll see this. It'll be up on the Onemarketplace site, the actual royalty agreement, how it works, so how much you get paid from doing it, what you have to do. It's pretty simple. It's basically saying, hey, I got a manufacturer, a supplier that would love to be on the shopping portal, and you just send that information to us and we take it from there. So that's in place. And that's happening. Again, that's just another way to really reward everybody out there for helping us grow the shopping portal. And I know one thing I found out in life, everybody knows somebody. And when you take advantage of it, it's to your benefit. Last thing I just want to cover is, as we mentioned last week, we brought in Chris Burtish to kind of be a brand ambassador for Onemarketplace, and with what we're doing with the PFPB and the Acai Plus. And obviously, he just made this unbelievable attempt to, traverse the Pacific Ocean, leaving from San Diego. I think most of you probably started following him all the way. He had to turn around and come back. And boy, I tell you what, for Chris to have to turn around and come back, it had to be really, really tough because this is a guy that you talk about when he's bent and on a mission, he accomplishes. That's why he was able to cross the Atlantic and set a world record on a paddleboard. Now, obviously, he's trying to do it on this little single cat. He had some technical difficulties. I think he was like 3 days out, had some real serious technical difficulties. And obviously, once he got too far out, he couldn't come back and it was going to cause a serious problem for us. So he came back in to fix that issue. Obviously, he'll wait again until he gets everything right. I know this man a little bit. I know he will not give up. He will accomplish this mission. But we all want him to be safe. So I'm glad he turned around and came back to do the right thing because this is an amazing thing. And we get to watch this journey when he does it again. Remember, this will be a world record when he accomplishes it. But if you just kind of put that in perspective, what this guy does, and he's a great speaker. I mean, you talk about somebody that when he speaks about if you've got a mission and you've got a goal, how to go out and accomplish it. Well, what he's doing right now, that's if you incorporate his values, his ideas, his processes into your own life, there's nothing you can't accomplish. I mean, nothing. So again, we're going to wish him well. We'll wait until he gets ready to try again. It's going to be exciting when he does, and we'll be watching him every step of the way. So Chris, I'm glad you came home, bud. I'm glad you came back. You're safe, and we look forward to your next attempt. All right, with that, I'm going to stop the share here. And what I want to do is just kind of introduce somebody to you, which I think you all know very, very well. And that's our friend, Brian Cromley. Brian joined the company, gosh, maybe 6 months ago. I'm not sure the exact date. And you talk about somebody on a mission. Brian has been on a mission. And I'm so happy that he's become a part of this company. I mean, he's one of the biggest builders we've got out there right now. I mean, he's leading by example. I mean, right now, I think he's doing like 2 calls a day, but you can see it in the results. I mean, he's gone from zero, like everybody when they come here. And in Cforth, he just hit the rank of Emerald in this short period of time. That's amazing. I mean, he'll be probably a diamond. I don't know. I didn't want to put a time frame on him because he goes at a pace that most people aren't familiar with. But Brian is just a great leader. He does everything by example. He's a good man. He's got a heart of gold. And so he's going to now introduce all the other people that are hitting all the new ranks. And obviously, he's probably played a role in some of you making those things happen. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Brian and Dave to recognize some of the other great leaders that have come on board here at Cforth and Onemarketplace. And with that, I'll see everybody. Hey, everybody have a very safe and wonderful 4th of July. See you next week. Brian, Dave, all yours.
Well, first of all, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. Have a safe trip on your way to Madrid. I know you're on your way to Spain. Have a great time over there. Say hello to all our members and partners and affiliates and premier members over there. Can't wait till you get back. We'll all see you from your travels and updates. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Cromley. I'm actually a Crown Ambassador in this industry, but I am an Emerald Executive within the Cforth Onemarketplace and also on their Executive Advisory Council Board. I am super humbled, super stoked, super blessed beyond measure to be able to share and talk about rank advancements. And my opinion, one of the most important things in this industry is recognizing people who are celebrating victories and getting across the finish line. And ladies and gentlemen, the finish line doesn't matter what the rank is. It could be from just getting started all the way up to hitting the crown in this industry. But we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new owners. We are going to recognize all the owners next week. So tonight we're going to recognize from 1 star up. And I get the privilege bestowed upon me to talk about 1 stars and above. To be a 1-star owner maker, that means you're a premier member and you sponsored a premier member that's also sponsored too. So you get started, you help someone sponsor too. And I want to recognize all these brand new 1-star owner makers. And we're going to start with Craig Strickland, Darlene Stewart, Billy and Karen Hartman, Jennifer Asidio, Claire Rubin, Cal Gudero, Samantha Bellavo, Astara Fisher, Norm Langloy, Astara's from Arizona, Norm's from Alberta, Jim Stoll, Duwen Nguyen, Brian Charles, Francois Engelbert from South Africa, Elza Pinier, also from Cape Town, South Africa, Cameron Prulix, Velma Clark, Lubertha Watkins, Bear Cloud Berry, Gloria Gillian, Margaret Stevenson, Wee Ang, John Rogers, Michael D'Angelo, and Sophia Halise. Let's give all of them a round of applause. Great job, everybody. Congratulations on hitting first star. That's the second step in the building blocks. First is becoming an owner, and then second is for 1 star. Now we're going to recognize 2 stars. That means you've came in as a premier member, you've sponsored 2 premier members, and you helped them each sponsor 2. Gary Klein, Mary Vanderberg, and David Bartram. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now we're going to get into the executive ranks, and I'm super, 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 super excited to talk about this, because that is when people are really starting to advance, and you're also becoming part of where you start qualifying in pools. But these folks have achieved the level of bronze. What does it take to become a bronze? That's you're in the program. You have to do at least 1,500 in volume. You have to have 2 owners, and you can count 750 in volume. But everyone that is a brand spanking new bronze executive, also on the 5th, will be receiving as a gift a $200 bonus from the company. And I want to start with Laura Yasushara. She's out in Washington. Chad West in Utah. Kevin Valter in Nebraska. Richard Tyler, North Carolina. Sam Titera, Florida. Amy Sosa, Victoriaville, California. Elegant Software Solutions, Georgia. Keith Shaw, Lake City, Florida. Lisa Cforth, Port Lucie, Florida. Sheila Rolls, Sandy, Utah. Belinda Ritchie, Palmetto, Florida. Jimmy Reese, professional bass fisherman, Winter Springs, California. Tim Rossi, Milford, Ohio. Kellyanne Rossi, Jacksonville, Florida. Brian Rossi, Jacksonville, Florida. Susan Nieher, Yankee Hill, California. Bruce Orlick, Reno, Nevada. From Cape Town, South Africa, our very first brand new bronze executive, Mr. Stefan Pinar. Ron Prudhomme, Clarksville, Georgia. Thomas Misham, Sefner, Florida. Philip Mello, Hartford, California. Philadelphia Marketplace, Alpharetta, Georgia. Marianne Lemay, Sherbrooke, Quebec. Eric Coons, Driggs, Idaho. Mark Coons, Roseford, Pennsylvania. Morgan Cruz, Gannett Valley, PA. Alan Lassiter, Sebring, Florida. Gary Klein, Oak Grove. And from just out of Nairobi, Kenya, Mr. John Kelch. From Cincinnati, Ohio, I have happened to know this fellow for the last 30 plus years. I'm so excited to see this. Mr. Jay Johnson. Tom Hunley, Alberta, Georgia. Lighton Felicia, Lake City, Florida. Nancy Funk from Reedsport, Oregon. Lawrence Hine from Lake City, Florida. Ruth Huff from Durham, California. Ensign Gate Entrepreneurs, LLC from Jacksonville, Florida. Again, from Cape Town, South Africa, Dr. Francois Engelbrecht. Emma Clary, Lake City, Florida. Velma Clark, Rolette, Texas. Jeff Bauer, Jacksonville, Florida. Nathalie Blanchard, Lauderdale Lakes. Andre Blanchard, Lanquihil, Quebec, Canada. And Dave Bertrand. Let's give them all a round of applause. That is all the bronzes. Way to go, ladies and gentlemen. You are on your way to advancing to silver, to gold, to sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond, and beyond. So the next folks we want to call on, a huge round of applause for all the bronzes, is silver executives. To become a silver executive, it's 3,000 in volume. You can count 1,500 per line, must have at least 2 owners. And the first one, I'm getting to hear a lot about him. He's coming on. He's a new young gun on the platform. I can't wait to meet him in person. I've heard a lot of great things about him. That's Kenneth Reed from Loganville, Georgia. Also, this person, not only is she brand new as a brand new spanking silver, she's also getting ready to be a manufacturer for the company, and she just set up her entire company with the program. So she is super excited. And then I'll let her sponsor talk about that. And that's Denise McMahon, Glenwood, New Mexico. I also want to recognize Al Karananen from Belo Springs, Nebraska. Joshua Clary from Lake City, Florida. And this kid is coming on fire. And that's Mr. Brad Byler from Cincinnati, Ohio. And I'm going to call on this person going to come on live. She's actually from Sedona, Arizona. I have had the privilege and honor of knowing her for quite some time. I have the humbleness and honor to do 2 daily presentations with her and her partner. She is an absolute dynamite teacher, educator, motivator, inspirator, and she is a silver executive from Sedona, Arizona, and that's Miss Gail Bango. Gail, can you come out and share a little testimonial, please?
We're working on bringing her on. I believe she's on with Bob, and I'm trying to get her to come on down. And let me stop the share. Gail, are you with us?
They got to unmute.
Yeah, they got to do more than that. Yeah.
Oh, here I am. Okay, I got this now. Okay, great.
There you are.
Yes, yes. No, this is a fantastic company. I've had a lot of great success and love helping people get to where they want to go. And I did just bring in my friend Denise, and she's been my friend for 40 years, and she got to silver, and we're really excited. We're actually going to go and train her staff that has been brought in underneath her on this opportunity, so that we can help grow the business and help them become financially free and healthy using the product. So anyway, it's been a real pleasure to be a part of the team and do all these Zoom calls. And I know a lot of you from the Zoom calls. And it's really exciting what we're seeing come to fruition. So I look forward to our success. And thank you very much, Brian.
Awesome, awesome. You guys stay there. Just meet yourself out because I'm going to come back to Bob in a little bit. I am going on to the next rank, which is gold. Gold executives does 7,000 in volume. You can count 3,500 per line. I am so excited for all these new golds. We're going to have 4 of them just share their testimonial real quick. But I want to recognize Randy Rogers from DeBroy, Florida. I want to recognize brand spanking new gold executive from Pueblo, Colorado, Rick Mooney. Rick, if you're there, I'd like to have you come on, unmute yourself and come on and just share a quick 1-minute product opportunity overview. Give a golden nugget to everybody. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, you should be able to come on in a second.
Okay.
Rick?
There he is. There's Rick. Rick, you got to unmute yourself, buddy.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, this is the biggest thing that I've ever seen in my life. You, Bob, Gail, everybody who has been helping train everybody, I appreciate you so much, because without you guys, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it all by myself. So your riches are your relationships. That's very key. And anybody that is on this call right now, you've got like 4 days. Get in as a premier, and I'm just so excited, Brian. I can't even hardly. I can't even hardly sleep because I know what's coming. I just want to thank you so much for the recognition.
You're welcome, buddy. Congratulations. Way to go on achieving gold. I also want to recognize Libby Clary from Lake City, Florida, brand new gold. Tom Clary.
Thumbs up.
Tom Clary, Lake City, Florida. Richard Ganter, Vancouver, Washington. Terry Gray, Cunningham, Georgia. And the next person, I'm going to call on him. I've actually known him a long, long time. I'm so excited for you all to hear from him. He's going to talk to you in en français and English. He's a very good friend of mine. I've known him in this industry for a long time. He's a rock star leading the Quebec team. That's Michel Hino from Longueuil, Quebec, Canada. Bonjour, monsieur.
You should be able to talk.
He's muted, bro. Michelle, you got to unmute, bud.
Michelle.
I'm on mute. Am I
Bonjour,
okay?
you're good. We hear you. Bonjour, Mr. Michelle.
Bonjour. How are you, Brian? Thanks a lot to have me on. And thanks, David, also. So what a treat tonight. I'm very happy to be recognized as a gold. And, we cannot do that. Maybe I should take, if you permit me, to speak a little bit in French for the French people
Absolutely.
that are here tonight. Je voudrais, dans un premier temps, remercier les gens du Québec, mais spécialement un, un remerciement incroyable à quelqu'un qui a réalisé le niveau de Silver. Et je pense que tout le monde la connaît, c'est Shirley. Et aussi quelqu'un qu'ils ont possiblement oublié de mentionner, Kevin Vautour du Nouveau-Brunswick comme Browns. Et vous savez, l'effort qu'elle met dans cette business, pour moi, c'est un diamond. Donc, merci à toi, Shirley. Okay, I'm back in English. I know you heard everything I said.
But I know everything you said, Michelle.
But you know what I'll say now? I'll only say this thing, okay? I'll only say this thing. I will tell you that in French Canada, we are building the business from scratch because everything done in the United States has to be translated. And we're doing everything, the meeting. As a matter of fact, Brian, you'll get my invitation for your French people for tomorrow night's meeting.
Yay.
So, and I will greet them with great pleasure. And but I cannot pass over that evening without mentioning the support, not even a support. I would say we cannot build a country like we are doing right now by myself. And I want to salute the new silver that you mentioned a little bit earlier, which is Shirley McGrath. She is my partner in that business. We do the customer support. We do everything. We do the charts in French. We do the video in French. We do everything in French. And I will say also somebody that may have been forgotten. I want to mention the Browns level of Kevin Vautour in New Brunswick. So I want to congratulate him also.
Yay.
So you guys in the United States, you're inspiring us. Brian, your inspiration. And I will close that by saying two things. We couldn't do it, you guys, at any time. We are the builders. We're building the company and we're building our company at the same time, both. Okay? But we couldn't do it without the support of David Pike and Jessica News. Okay, these are two individuals that are giving us so much support, and I would salute you. And I'm looking forward to see you in Orlando in January, February. In the meantime, if anybody has any French Canadian in Canada, you go through your upline, and it will be a pleasure to meet you every Thursday night. I've been doing that for more than 125 consecutive Thursday night. I've been in the business for 2 years. So, Brian, congratulations for what you do around the world. You're an inspiration for us. And as I said to you last time, I'm looking forward to become the Brian Cromley of Canada. So thanks.
Awesome. Congratulations and bienvenue, my brother. We can't wait to see you soon, bro. But the next person I want to call on, he has just been an absolute superstar. I believe this is his 71st or 72nd day. I'm not really sure. He is out of Dallas, Texas. He is lifelong personal friends and a student of Mr. Jim Rohn. He's grew up around Jim Rohn. He's building his business like Jim Rohn. He's just absolutely on fire. I love hearing him speak. He pours into people. He's got energy, drive, excitement. And that is Mr. Clarence Bowman. He's from Dallas, Texas.
All right. Yep. Give me a moment and we'll bring him right on here. Okay. We should be able to come on in just a moment. Yep. Clarence?
No, Clarence, you just got to unmute, buddy.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is so doggone exciting. I'm Clarence Bowman from Dallas, Texas, and Brian is absolutely right. I discovered Jim Rohn some years ago, and he personally mentored me as well as some other people on this call. And here's what I like to say. What we have here, and you hear me say this often, is for a company and products we have non-me too's. Here's what I mean by that. With this company, you don't have to worry about someone coming along talking to your people and telling them, hey, come look at my company, my product, because they don't have anything that can compare. And the products that we have are what I call non-me too. And what I mean by that is they stand alone without an opportunity attached to them. These products will stand alone in the marketplace. People would come and buy these products. I know that because I'm a testament to it. I would buy them at the price they've been sold at over and over again. So my point is simple this on a short testimony. I got involved less than 2 months ago now, and with the help of Rick, Dan, Bob, Brian, Gail, and a super support team below me, I want to give them all the credit. I have managed to, in the month of June, to reach the rank of bronze, silver, and gold because of the aforementioned people. So incredible company, incredible opportunity. In my neck of the woods down in East Texas in the country, we say it this way. When you have all the stars lined up like this, what we say is you hitch our wagon to a star. Thank you very much, Brian.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Clarence Bowman, brand new gold executive. The next person I'm going to call on, I'm super excited for y'all to hear from him. He actually sponsored Clarence. He also is a brand spanking new gold executive from Circleville, Ohio, and that's Mr. Dan Cartel, OH. Dave, we got Dave.
Yep. He should be coming on. There he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, Dan.
Hey,
come on video, buddy.
Wow, what an opportunity. Hit the gold in right at 70 days, building my team. This is, folks, is a one in a lifetime opportunity. Never seen anything like it. But what I really want to do is just inspire on anybody is watch Brian, watch Bob, watch Gail. These are my mentors. I did exactly what they told me to do. I have never, ever been successful in any company like this, ever. So looking forward to Onemarketplace opening and just keep on building my team. I've lost track now of over 450 people. But I also want to thank
Dan, say that again. How many people on your team?
I lost count over 450. So.
And how many days?
I think I'm 73, 4 days, 5 days. I'm losing track of time. I'm losing track of time too. I wake up and I say, what day is this? But anyway, I love it. Having so much fun, meeting so many great people. And I want to thank Rick Mooney for sponsor me, and Dave Pike and Paul Hart. They have done so much good for us. And, you know, we're just getting started. That's the beauty of all this. We're just getting started. So looking forward to hitting Sapphire this month and every month one step up. So thank you, Brian, for everything. Thank you, Mark Cforth. And people, if you're not using the products, you're losing out. So love you all. Thank you.
Awesome. Now we're going to go to the Sapphires. Thank you, Dan Cartel, brand new gold executive, Circleville, Ohio. Sapphires, you have to do at least 15,000 in volume and 7,500 from each line. And we have three. I want to recognize Mr. Marshall Douglas from Lake City, Florida. Daniel Hart, Punta Verde, Florida. For those of you who don't know Daniel, that is Paul's brother. Both of them are the sons of the legend, Mr. Brig Hart. Congratulations, Daniel. And we're going to call on for him. He's a brand spanking new Sapphire. I've known him for well over a decade. He's from Wickenburg, Arizona, and Sedona, Arizona. He's a personal referral of mine. I personally sponsor him. It's a pleasure. I'm humbled. I'm honored to recognize Mr. Bob Shantz from Sedona and Wickenburg, Arizona, as a brand spanking new Sapphire executive. Bob, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you much. Thank you, Brian, for sharing this information with me last year in Florida while we're sitting on the beach. Took about 30 seconds while we're eating lunch. I just signed up, didn't know anything about it, but I'm glad you shared it with me. Thank you. And I just have to love what you're doing, everyone. Put a lot of hours in. I put hours in from 5 in the morning till midnight, just like Brian. That's all it takes. You got to have what it takes, and you have what it takes. Everybody does. If Brian can do it, I can do it. You can do it. So anyway, and help your downline. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's Mr. Bob Schatz, brand new Sapphire executive from Wickenburg in Sedona, Arizona. Now we're going to go over to Florida in Orlando, brand new Ruby executive. I've had the privilege of meeting him out in San Diego with Bob and David and Mark Cforth and some other leaders. And that's Mr. Bob Champion. Bob Champion, are you there?
If he is, he's not under Bob Champion.
Okay. And if not, then if we see him, we'll recognize him. But we will do it. Let's give him a silent applause. And then Emerald Executive, ladies and gentlemen, that happens to be myself, Brian Cromley. I'm just humbled, honored, and for me, I take 000 credit. It absolutely 100% is a team effort. It's a team win. It's a team celebration. It's a team victory. You cannot advance to high ranks in this industry if you're not focused on helping others. As Jim Rohn always says, you help enough other people win, you win. I am just ecstatic, over the moon. I want you all to know one thing, like the great Les Brown says, it's possible. It's possible. You got to have 3 golden nuggets. Number 1, you got to be coachable. You got to ask yourself that question. Am I coachable? Am I willing to do the daily income generating activities? The daily income generating activities is out there inviting people to take a look through a presentation, through a call, through a video, and then get them on a third-party validation, number 1. You got to have the willingness to learn. I'm a leader, but I'm a student. I'm learning from Bob. I'm learning from David. I'm learning from Dan. I'm learning from Clarence. I'm learning from Nancy. I'm learning from Jim. I'm learning from all these folks in the community because I want to be the best leader I can be. And to be the best leader you can be, you got to be a student. Always be a student of learning. That's why I'm always reading good books. I got 2 great books right here. I'm finishing them up right now. Hung by the Tongue and The Richest Man in Babylon. Why? Because they all tie into the biblical principles and what we have that you can tie into your business, your everyday life, financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and gives you freedom. And the third thing is, the great Jim Rohn, Les Brown says, you got to be hungry. I'm hungry. Folks, I was so hungry for an opportunity. I was so hungry when I saw circles were driven on a board. And I never forgot from over 20 years ago what Paul and Daniel's dad said, the progressive realization of a worthwhile defined dream or goal. That is stuck in my head for over 2 decades. Why am I saying that? To say this. If one man or woman can do something, so can you. Every single one of you. We believe in you. You can do anything and everything that you want to do in life. The goal has to be this. You're either going to advance and move, or you're going to let somebody steer you and steal your dreams. Every one of you on here are winners. So let's go out and finish what we started. This is the 2nd of July. You finished the month strong. We finished with over 163% growth in the last 60 days through my team. The team finishes strong. Now we're going to start strong. We got 26 days. Let's all take advantage. Invite as many folks as you can. Start the new month strong, and let's launch into Onemarketplace with such capacity and momentum and velocity that everything and everyone outside of this community, we're going to be that magnetic force that they're going to want to be a part of it. And with that being said, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. God bless to each and every one of you. My name is Brian Cromley, Emerald Executive with Cforth and Onemarketplace. I'm turning it back over to our host, Mr. David Pike.
Thank you, Brian. Boy, what a story. That's what makes it, Brian. I love what you said. It's the stories that people tell and the adventure that they have, and with the new leadership and all the people, just like you were talking about, Brian, with Bob and with Michelle and with Tom Clary and Marshall Douglas and so many people. The names just keep coming in, and it was a great night for you to be able to share those names and share some of the stories, and let's hear from them. to hear from Clarence, to hear from these people. It's so inspiring, and that's what really makes it great.
Awesome. Yes,
I
sir.
really
Yes, sir. Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
You're
Okay.
welcome, brother. We're just getting started.
That's it. All right, guys. I know some of you have meetings to get to tonight, so let's get out there and keep the momentum building. For Brian Cromley, I'm Dave Pike. Have a great night. Thanks so much.
Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye for
Bye-bye.
now.